Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Okay, don't even think about it, just answer on the count of 3. What's your favorite dinosaur? 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor?
Velociraptor.
What is the greatest movie quote of the decade so far?
It's Morbid time.
If you were on the Academy, what is the one movie you would have never let win Best Picture?
Crash.
Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
All right, everybody, welcome to Fan Rank. Instead of doing karate in the garage, today we're going to be revealing what you, the fans, have chosen as the top 10 Will Ferrell movies. I am Mackenzie, and I am joined by my esteemed colleagues here, Andrew and Tim. Guys, if you want to say hello.
Hey, Andrew, WatchMojo writer and voiceover guy here, and I just wore this jersey because I watched Semi-Pro.
We're not really a sponsor, just sounded professional.
And I'm Tim, I'm a writer at WatchMojo, and I'm Ron Burgundy.
Damn it! Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter? For the last time, anything you put on that prompter, Burgundy will read.
Amazing! Welcome, you guys, and welcome to everyone who's watching. Before we reveal your number 10 pick, we just want to thank all of our friends who fans who voted, dropped us comments, let us know what they thought should be in the rank here. For this list, we will be focusing on Will Ferrell movies, not performances as scenes as such. We will be excluding cameos from the rank. But because you want to see it, I want to see it, we all want to see it, let's watch this clip from Wedding Crashers.
Hey, Mom! The meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf!
All right, let's get this show on the road. At number 10, we have The Other Guys.
Whoa! Talk about aiming for the bushes.
Wasn't even an awning in their direction.
No, I know.
Jumped 20 stories. Doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah.
There were no bushes there.
With, Adam McKay. One of the later collaborations between Adam McKay and Will Ferrell. How do you think this holds up against their other collaborations like Talladega Nights, Step Brothers? Is this in the right place?
I think so. I think The Other Guys is very silly, very fun. It's kind of like a prototype Hot Fuzz, even though it was afterwards. It's just like not
Postotype.
Postotype Hot Fuzz. Where I think it does get like a little too silly at points, but that is also its charm. It does have some really fantastic jokes, and Mark Wahlberg has never been funnier.
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
Yeah, there's a reason why we got 2 more Daddy's Homes than we need. Is because Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg work really well with each other. They have such good comedic chemistry. And I could watch that clip of Will Ferrell talking about a tuna eating a shark all day, or a lion, excuse me.
We now have a taste of lion. We've talked to ourselves. We've communicated and said, you know what? Lion tastes good. Let's go get some more lion.
Yeah, they're such an unlikely duo in some ways, but it works so well. And this movie I think is like endlessly quotable. I think it's kind of reached like cult classic status a little bit. I think it's not as revered as maybe some of their other collaborations, but still so much fun and great satire of the cop buddy action comedy genre. Love it. Love to see it.
First off, I missed you. What's going on? Did you hear what I said? Fine, I kind of missed you too.
Okay, at number 9, we have Megamind. We are including animated movies in this list, which delights me. Thoughts?
It's a big brain move, everybody. You know, the only thing separating us from this list is presentation, and I think it's a delightful kind of take on the genre. Will Ferrell as a blue alien is what we've always wanted to see, so I'm glad they finally made that happen for us.
You've fallen right into my trap.
You can't trap justice. It's an idea, a belief.
Even the most heartfelt belief can be corroded over time.
Justice is a non-corrosive metal.
But metals can be melted by the heat of revenge.
Yeah, this movie was kind of like, it came out the same year as Despicable Me, which kind of had a similar conceit with the villain turned hero, and it kind of got lost in Minion mayhem for a little bit. But I like that this movie has still an audience and a resurgence in the the cult community, because it is really funny, and a lot of that can be attributed to Will Ferrell, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say this movie flew under the radar for a long time, I think, getting lost, as you said, in the Despicable Me cinematic universe, and also like The Incredibles, and the sequel came out around that time also. But no, I think I'm like excited to see this kind of getting the space it deserves, because it's honestly it's super funny, it's super charming, and yeah, Will Ferrell just slays. I like seeing him kind of taking on some different animated. It's not just him being him.
You've been blessed with unfathomable power.
What kind of power?
Unfathomable. It's without fathom.
Okay, so let's move on to number 8. At number 8, we have Semi-Pro. Which is, I think, hilarious to have back to Megamind, because they're so different.
Feels like I got cat piss in my eyes.
I think Semi-Pro, what's so great about it is it's the least believable sport for Will Ferrell to play, but they do use that in the movie really well. And his like endless optimism and enthusiasm, despite everyone thinking he's a loser, is kind of like this is kind of like a prototype Ted Lasso, I think.
I feel like this movie, if there's anything that Will Ferrell is really, really good at, and there's a lot, is his propensity for creating really iconic characters. Like, even this movie may not be his best movie, but like I think Jackie Moon is like a really great caricature. I saw so many that year Halloween costumes, the Flint Tropics, and particularly Jackie Moon.
Yeah, and who doesn't have Love Me Sexy stuck in their head for like 6 years after watching?
Are you ready to lick me sexy?
I was like, I'm gonna find myself having that in the store, like as you're walking around.
And like The Revenant. Like The Revenant has a bear attack, so what else can you need?
Oh my God, there's a bear loose in the Coliseum! There will be no refund! Your refund will be escaping this death trap with your life!
Okay, so let's keep going. At number 7, we have, and I'm delighted to say, Stranger Than Fiction.
Oh.
Whoa! Okay.
Are you surprised?
Extremely.
Yeah, I know. So was I.
I love you, fans. Thank you for
I
including
know.
Shut up!
Cursing the heavens in futility.
No, I'm not. I'm cursing you, you stupid boy, so shut up and leave me alone!
It's such a unique entry. We're so used to Will Ferrell doing this really broad comedy, so it's nice to see people respect the story where the narrator is narrating his life. It's such a great concept, and he's like, is it my fate to die, or can I defy it? And it's really nice for this. It's a really nice twist on Will Ferrell as a person, and a great performance from him, and great narration. I could talk about it for hours. What do you guys think?
I know, me too, because I was gonna say, he's still like, he's kind of his classic, like, naive, kind of clueless guy, but instead of seeing him, like in a comedy and all these like funny situations, kind of trying to navigate through the world or whatever, he's put through all these like really heavy reckonings about like who he is and what it means, and his location in the world. And it takes us, I think he's still very true to himself in this movie, but takes us on a completely different journey. And it's so heartbreaking at times, but it's also very warm and very funny. I love this movie. I'm so happy to see this at number 7.
It's just really bad timing.
No one wants to die, Harold, but unfortunately we do.
Back in the days when I would be asked what my favorite movie is, I would say this when I thought I had to give a smart answer. That's okay. It's not my favorite movie, but it is still definitely up there. I think if anyone says that Will Ferrell is not or can't pull off serious drama, I think they only have to look at this movie. He carries both sides of the comedy drama coin so well in this, and he nails it.
Flowers.
What?
I brought you flowers.
Okay, moving right along. At number 6, we have Blades of Glory. And now for something completely different.
Let's go. If you can dream it, you can do it, all right?
I'm not skating to anything with references to lady humps. I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
gets
gross.
the people going.
Yeah, John Heder and Will Ferrell just bounce off each other so naturally in this movie.
Hey, who are you supposed to be anyway? Rod Serling?
JFK. It's gonna make sense.
No, it'll be fine. Yeah.
Great performance from Will Arnett. Just a silly ice skating movie. And I still want to learn that crazy ice skating technique. I still aspire to do it, even though I've never been on ice skates.
Is that the Iron Lotus? The classic?
Yes, the Iron Lotus.
I was gonna say,
it's only been done once.
I hope you're the person doing the kick, Andrew, because I like you, and I don't want to lose you.
I'm sure I'd be the one doing the kick.
Yeah. Let's be honest. Yeah.
Did we win? I don't know. I think I see the Virgin Mary.
Okay, moving on at number 5, we have Zoolander. I'm not surprised to see this in the rank, but I will say it's amazing that a movie in which Will Ferrell was only on screen for about 15 minutes still qualifies enough to our fans to be considered a Will Ferrell movie. I think that really speaks to what a scene stealer he is in this as Megatu.
Well, to be fair, he did invent the piano necktie.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills! I invented the piano key necktie! I invented it!
So.
Never forget who invented the piano key necktie.
Mugatu, so hot right now. Mugatu.
So hot right now.
Hansel, so hot right now. Hansel.
That scene with the latte where he throws the latte all over his assistant, it's like a 30-second clip. It lives in my head rent-free and it kills me.
Are you not aware that I get farty and bloated with a foamy latte?
My mistake, Shacklebib.
Your mistake indeed.
Yeah, it's so much fun to see him play this like surrealist, over-the-top villain. Total scene stealer. I think this movie is like at the time of its release kind of had mixed reviews. Obviously, it's a total classic now, with many thanks to Will Ferrell.
Because if you can't get the job done, then I will! Die, you wage-hiking scum!
Okay, now we have to talk about this. At number 4, we have Elf.
Elf?
At number 4. I know.
The greatest Christmas movie of all time from our fan rank list. I love this movie so much. I think it is a timeless classic that Will Ferrell has promised not to make a sequel to, and I hope he holds true because he's just this really magical man-child, and his energy is perfect for Buddy the Elf trying to find his dad in New York City. And as a native New Yorker, it was completely accurate, every bit, free gum and all. So I really, really love. This is a Christmas movie in our house, Christmas staple. Love Elf.
You sit on a throne of lies.
The free gum, the wandering around New York City, the pretend Santa in the beginning was all improv. And I think this was his first movie post Saturday Night Live. And I think one of the, maybe the smartest decision that Jon Favreau made in this production was just letting Will Ferrell like be himself and like have fun with it, and keeping it really PG instead of trying to make it into something kind of raunchy or edgy. It's just a love letter to Christmas movies, and he's so good in it. Okay, Tim.
I don't think anyone else could have played this role. I think probably more than any of his characters. I think if you don't put Will Ferrell in this movie, I think the movie suffers hugely because of it. I mean, not that any parts of it are bad outside of him. I think it's a perfect film, but I would not love it nearly as much as I do if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, anybody else in that role would be creepy. I really think so.
Yeah, no charm.
I was like, Ryan Reynolds? No, I wouldn't want to see that.
Get out! Don't look at me! Get out!
Before we reveal the top 3, we want to thank you, the fans, for making this possible. We do this once a month, so if you want to participate in the next fan rank, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever Elon Musk is calling Twitter this month. And also let us know what you want to see on the next fan rank.
And if you consider yourself to be a pop culture expert, as we do, then be sure to check out our trivia challenges. They happen every single day at 3 and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over at WatchMojo.com/play. Every single game has a different category, but every single game has a cash prize winner. Maybe that winner could be you. Check it out.
Ma, the meatloaf!
Okay, let's take a look at our list so far as chosen by the fans. What do we think, guys?
The 2000s. That was Will Ferrell's time. He was a king at this time.
Dominating. I think he left SNL in 2002, and then it was just like banger after banger after banger after banger. Like just straight hitters. Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there was anyone bigger on the comedy scene back then. He was my favorite actor when I was a kid. And I think that's indicative of just his appeal to really all audiences. He could do a Christmas movie for the whole family, and then he could do this real raunchy thing like Step Brothers or Semi-Pro, or he could do an animated movie like Megamind. He really hit all quadrants.
He chooses his projects well, but he always stays true to himself. I'm really excited to see what the fans have chosen for the top 3. So without further ado, at number 3, we have Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Well, it's not first, so it's last.
Yeah, I was going to make that exact joke.
Always remember, if you ain't first, you're last.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah, this movie actually made me care about NASCAR for like 2 seconds. It really is so funny. Sacha Baron Cohen is such a great co-star. 2 excellent clowns doing it right. And John C. Reilly, of course, can't be underestimated in that film as Cal Naughton. It just, across the board, I'm laughing every time I see this movie.
Yeah, I read actually that John C. Reilly auditioned for Anchorman and wasn't in the movie, but because they liked his tape so much, they kind of developed the role of Cal for him in Talladega Nights, and their chemistry is undeniable. I mean, they support each other so well, and shake and bake, baby. Tim, what do you think?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Yeah. What does that do? Did that blow your mind? That just happened.
What is that, a catchphrase or is that epilepsy?
Shake and bake.
This is a special movie for me. I remember seeing this with my dad when I was 12 years old, and it's I love the complete unabashed humor in this movie. It comes at you hot and heavy, and it never stops. It's always funny, every scene. I think of the scene where he's trying to pull the knife out of his leg.
I mean, I pray you know that pain and that hurt. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that on us.
And it's a really interesting movie for the fact that his co-stars, John C. Reilly and Michael Clark Duncan, beforehand had actually a pretty long dramatic career, especially John C. Reilly, and they're hilarious in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just downright, they're right up there with Will Ferrell.
And I think it's only fair, we mentioned the bear scene earlier, we got to mention the panther scene in Talladega Nights when he's relearning how to drive.
Animal stunts all over the place.
Down, Karen! Get out!
Top 10 Will Ferrell animal stunt scenes.
Yeah. I love that this movie is like, even though of course it's a spoof of like NASCAR and race car culture, but it's also kind of a love letter to it, the way that like Anchorman is a spoof, but a love letter to like TV newscasts. The way Blades of Glory is a spoof, but a love letter to sports films, and Elf to Christmas movies. I think he's really good at getting he's being in on the joke rather than making fun of the subject, and I think that it's a super lovable movie. It's super quotable, and especially he's running around the track in his underwear thinking he's on fire. I mean, things like that just live in your head rent free. Fun fact before we move on, Christopher Nolan has cited this as one of his favorite films.
If Nolan says it, it must be correct.
I
again! Please don't let the invisible fire burn my friend! Ah!
It shows in Oppenheimer, really. And I was thinking that the whole time I was watching it.
Yeah, the scene where Oppenheimer runs around in his underwear around the atomic bomb. Fantastic.
Yeah. God, please save my friend from the imaginary fire. All right, moving right along. Number 2, as chosen by the fans, we have Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
News team, assemble!
Incredible.
I know. I was so surprised to see this at number 2.
I think this might be the most quotable movie of all time. I mean, 100% of the time. Wait, I'm gonna mess the quote. But 90%.
Okay, it doesn't make sense anyway.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
It's provocative. Yeah, I think all the characters in this movie immediately stand out. The entire news team. What a cast of getting Steve Carell and Paul Rudd in the same room and just bouncing off each other with all these great performances. Everyone is doing great. There are jokes shoved into the corner of each scene. Translate the Spanish restaurant if you don't know what I'm talking about, because that title alone is really funny. So there's so many details in this movie. You're gonna stay classy after this. You just have to.
I saw a meme that said before memes, teenagers used to just sit in basements and quote Anchorman for hours, and I think we've all lived that. So drinking Mountain Dew and Cokes and saying, "I'm in a glass case of emotion," which was an improvised line, by the way. Extra kudos to him.
What a man.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
I did truly believe that this was going to be number 1.
So did I. Yeah. This is. I mean, I think I know what number 1 is, but I think.
So you think?
I think so. I think so. But I mean, it's it's Daddy's Home too, of course. But
Get hard.
Sherlock and Holmes.
I feel as I've completely recovered. Yes, you have.
Watson.
Right. Sherlock and Holmes. Anyway, but I think Anchorman is I think this is the movie that really established his brand, full stop. You know, this is the epitome of Will Ferrell at his core, and he perfects this movie.
Yeah, WatchMojo put Anchorman as Will Ferrell's number 1 performance on our top 10 Will Ferrell performances list back in 2012. I think Empire placed Ron Burgundy at number 26 on their 100 greatest movie characters of all time list, which I think is amazing and hilarious. But, I think it's an immortal character. He'll always come back. It lives on in the quotes and the memes. So,
and yet another climactic animal scene.
I immediately regret this decision.
Andrew, you're connecting all these dots for me today.
I'm just weaving the WCU together, you know?
Okay, are you guys ready for what the fans chose as our number 1 pick, top 10 Will Ferrell movies?
I hope I am.
Drum roll, please. I'm just kidding. At number 1, we have Step Brothers! Yes!
Oh, yes.
Yes!
The Catalina wine mixer. Let's go.
The Catalina wine mixer.
It's the Catalina wine mixer.
This is my personal favorite. This is one of my favorite movies of all time ever. I thought for sure Anchorman was going to beat it. I feel so vindicated by this number 1 placement. Are you guys surprised? Not surprised?
I initially did not like Step Brothers. I will fully admit the first time I watched it, I didn't get it. But after listening to their music video a few times, it started to come around for me. I think it has one of the funniest movie scenes in any movie in the 21st century when they're singing in the car and they almost swerve into traffic and crash. Every time, that scene gets me every single time. I think this movie, it's the perfect example of how you can take characters who look dumb on the outside and make brilliant comedy.
Hey, I never asked you. Yeah. You like guacamole?
Oh God! Run!
This was my first R-rated movie in theaters. When I was too young to go see it, I snuck in.
Me too.
Really?
Me too. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Could not have picked a worse movie to do that for. It was a big audience. Everyone was losing their minds with hilarity. It was the perfect experience, and it's a testament to the fact that there really is just hit after hit after hit, joke after joke after joke. Like nothing misses in that movie. It's just spot on.
Yeah, I had the exact same story of like me and my friends sneaking in to see Step Brothers when we were like 12 or 13, and and having it become the basis of our sense of humor for like the rest of our lives. No, this is very near and dear to my heart, but I think it has, like, through the quotes and the chemistry between them, I think this is his magnum opus. I love this movie, and I'm so glad that the fans chose this at number 1.
Don't ever, ever, ever touch my drum set. You understand?
Don't go in there.
Don't touch it!
Let's take a look at our complete list. Let's see what we think. What changes would you guys make?
I'm so biased. I would probably move Elf up and Zoolander a little down, because Zoolander is not really Will Ferrell's movie, if we're being honest. It's more of a Ben Stiller feature. But those are the only two changes. I think Anchorman, Step Brothers, they're really good there at the top 2.
I guess I have to take you at your word. Number 2.
Yeah, I would probably get Stranger Than Fiction up there. Personally, I'm really happy to see it on this list, but I would put it even higher. Although I do like how the top 3 is just Will Ferrell, Adam McKay movies. I think they work so well together. There was not a better actor-director pair in the 2000s. Sorry, Leo and Scorsese, but
get out of here with your debate.
This came up before, but I just wanted to ask that, since in Fan Rank's infancy, when we ranked top 10 Christmas movies, Andrew managed to convince hundreds of people that Elf was the greatest Christmas movie ever made. So does that mean now that the fans have chosen Elf as the 4th best Will Ferrell movie, I guess we can say conclusively that Step Brothers is better than It's a Wonderful Life? I hope you're happy.
I'm just doing some quick math on my hand. That's how it works. Yes.
I think that's how it works.
There are 2 Christmas scenes in Step Brothers, one in the middle, one at the end. So you could say this is the best Christmas movie of all time. I'm not going to say it's not.
Wow, that's a list for another time.
Movie's better than Wonderful Life.
You're losers.
That's what we've been looking for.
That's a ticket.
Okay, so that is our top 10 as chosen by the fans. Thank you guys for watching and participating. Please let us know in the comments what changes you would make to this list, or how you would rank your personal top 10 Will Ferrell movies. Okay, final thoughts, closing remarks. What do we think, guys?
Where was Bewitched, everyone? Where's the love for Bewitched, the greatest witch Will Ferrell movie of all time?
Witch Ferrell. Underrated? Question mark? Let us know what you think. Tim, was there anything that you were surprised to not see on the list here?
Will Ferrell going streaking in Old School.
Yeah, that's a classic. I was surprised that wasn't on.
We're going streaking! Yes!
No one strips down like Will Ferrell does. I think we established that in this topic so far. But this is the scene.
Yeah, I think if I was going to do my own list, I would swap semi-pro for Old School. I mean, I think maybe it gets lost in the shuffle a bit with those other like early 2000s like bangers, but that's a classic. I love that movie. I was surprised that the fans didn't include that. Also, Night at the Roxbury, I was seeing a lot of people talking about. Classic, not classic, cult classic, whatever. There's there's something to it. It's charming and it's early, but it just got barely edged out. So overall, I think we did pretty well here. I think the fans, thank you to everybody who participated. It was such a blast. We love when we have these chances to like engage with our community, with our fans, see what people are thinking, and get into these debates. So be sure to follow us on social media. Keep an eye out for the next fan rank, and stay classy, San Diego. And remember, there is always room for more cowbell. Thanks, guys.